Come on. Come on. Start, you piece of...
Hey man, can you give me a ride to the Gen Z convention? My car ain't busting for real on God.
Sure, Big Keith. May I ask why a 34-year-old man wants to go to a Gen Z convention?
Gen Z just hits different. It's gonna slap. For real. No cap.
No comment. Well, what's wrong with your car?
Well, Slime, like 5 months ago, this light came on and I was like, yo, this is lit, fam. It was orange, it looked like an engine. I thought I just unlocked an achievement on my car's skill tree. Then it was spitting and sputtering like it was Chef G on the track. Very sus. It wasn't Gucci at all. Now it won't even start, fam.
Big Keith, that's called a check engine light. It's an indicator that something's wrong with your engine. It needs serviced. Just take my car.
When you get back, I hope all this skibbity is out of your system.
No cap?
Get!
Like the check engine light in a car, economies have indicators of whether things are going wrong or right. Economic indicators are critical statistics used to assess the overall health of the economy. They provide insights into various aspects of economic activity, helping analysts, investors, and policymakers make informed decisions, which is hard considering how much information there actually is. It feels like being drunk at a party, and your friend makes everyone try to play a game nobody knows the rules to. Luckily, every 4 years, we have a presidential election, and suddenly everybody becomes an expert on the economy. Now, jokes aside, an economy is a complex and intricate thing. It's constantly moving and evolving. It includes everything from housing to foreign exchange rates to technology. You name it. Everything that involves money contributes to an economy, which is what makes it so hard to understand. Like your girlfriend's favorite TV show, it's best to ask the experts, unless you really want to watch 15 seasons of cheating doctors. Today we're going to touch on some of the indicators and what they mean for the economy. There's a lot of these, so perhaps we'll make multiple videos on God. I did not just say that.
Almost anything can be an indicator of the state of the economy, even if you're just walking down the street. New construction of houses, businesses, or infrastructure are great examples of economic health. If people are building things, it means that people could have more disposable income. It could mean interest rates are lower, and it's potentially easier to get loans. Now, this can vary state to state, place to place, but rest assured, if things are being built, it generally means the economy is Gucci. What is happening to me? This next one is something that people aren't really feeling these days, and that indicator is wage growth. Wage growth is an indicator of the state of the economy, but it's a bit counterintuitive. Oftentimes we see large increases in wage growth as an indicator of high inflation. Inflation is essentially the currency losing value. The currency is worth less of itself, meaning it takes more dollars to purchase a loaf of bread, which affects wages. Because in order for businesses to be competitive for labor and for money to flow better, people need to be paid better. It can also be an indicator of the strength of organized union labor. Generally, increasing wages, especially in industries that had exploited labor, like the auto and mining industry, historically saw significant increases in their wages. Wage growth can indicate a lot of things when it comes to the economy. It's one that is best used in tandem with other indicators, such as inflation rates, to get an idea of where things are actually heading. Remember how earlier I said building structures can be an indicator? Well, so does the production of stuff. Industries like auto, energy, and clothing, things people need. More production generally means more people are working, increased demand for products being produced, and or more available investment capital. Now, there are some limitations for this as an indicator. For starters, industrial production primarily reflects the performance of manufacturing, mining, and utility sectors. It does not account for significant parts of the economy, such as the service sector. which has become a major component in many advanced economies, meaning that declining industrial production doesn't necessarily reflect the economy's overall health, since much production has shifted overseas to countries like China and Taiwan. Am I gonna get in trouble for saying that those are two separate countries? Since production has shifted, economies can still have strong output, just not necessarily from the production of goods, being advancements in technology. For example, Nintendo could get a machine that automates their production of Pokemon plushies, potentially increasing or maintaining their current level of production, but generally at a reduced cost, which could muddy the waters of how the labor market is doing, for example. Finally, let's talk about jobs. Every single election year, we hear the same old narrative. Like when you tell your dad you're hungry, and he always replies, "Hi, hungry, I'm Dad." Good one, Pops. Now, Dad and presidential candidates may not have drip, but what they do have right is that job creation is an indicator of the health of an economy. No cap, on God. For starters, job creation generally signifies businesses are expanding and hiring more workers, meaning companies are confident about the future. More jobs can mean more income, which is more money that can be spent and circulated into the economy. More jobs means more people paying taxes, which gives governments more revenue to hopefully reinvest back into their citizens. Now, this too has limitations. Job creation is what's called a lagging indicator, which means it doesn't reflect the immediate state of the economy. Sort of like when you're playing Call of Duty, and on your screen you're shooting the guy, but because you were lagging, you weren't actually shooting him at all. Another limitation is that it does not speak to the quality of jobs. Yeah, you could create 8.8 billion schmillion jobs, but if they're all digging ditches and pay $7.50 an hour, that's probably a sign the economy isn't doing so hot. Nowadays, so many people work 2 jobs, which lets you know there's a lot of low quality jobs out there right now. Either that or everything really is that dang expensive. Maybe it's both. As you can tell, economic indicators don't necessarily vibe on their own, but when paired together, they have the utmost drip. Just like on a car, they can let you know what part isn't giving sigma. Cringe! That's our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.